Right now on Good Morning America, first look, Minnesota in mourning. The shooter opening fire at a Catholic school during morning mass, killing 2 children, injuring 14. Kids hiding in the pews, dodging bullets.
I had 2 buddies, and I told the little one and the other one to just get under the pew if they can.
What we're learning about the alleged shooter and what prevented this attack from being even more deadly.
Chaos at the CDC. The director fired in what appears to be a dispute with Health Secretary Robert Kennedy over vaccine policy. 4 other top CDC officials now resigning, the fallout this morning.
Breaking overnight, Russia launching a massive and deadly new attack on Ukraine. Residents fleeing underground for shelter.
The Labor Day weekend travel getaway about to begin for millions. A new prediction on the crowds you can expect and what the weather has in store.
Plus, new details about who's behind a series of security scares on college campuses nationwide.
Testing out the world's tallest bridge, 2,000 feet high. How engineers are making sure it can handle heavy traffic.
Tense moments at the U.S. Open. The nasty confrontation between 2 women on the court.
And Bill Belichick and his 24-year-old girlfriend now trying to trademark the term gold digger.
From ABC News, this is Good Morning America. First look.
Good Thursday morning, everyone. I'm Sophie Flay in for Rhiannon.
And I'm Micah Jachi in for Andrew. We're going to begin with the tragedy in Minnesota. 2 young children killed in that shooting at a Catholic school in Minneapolis.
The shooter opening fire through the windows during the first mass of the new school year. 17 other people were wounded. The local newspaper with a simple headline, "This is evil."
Kids as young as 10 years old are sharing heroic stories of protecting each other, covering each other in the church pews to survive. Heartbreak at vigils across Minneapolis last night after the shooting at a school church that left 2 children dead during morning prayers.
While thoughts and prayers are great, they are not adequate. These children were literally praying at this moment.
New details emerging about the 23-year-old suspect. Robin Westman once attended the school, and online posts from the church reveal Westman's mother previously worked there. Investigators have now searched the family home less than a mile away.
There was a rifle, a shotgun, and a pistol. All 3 had been lawfully purchased by the shooter.
Police, trying to determine a motive, are studying video Westman allegedly posted on YouTube. In the video, the suspect is seen driving a knife into a sketch of church pews and handling bullets, magazines, and guns. There are numerous references to previous mass shootings, including Sandy Hook, along with anti-Semitic messages. Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem says the words "Kill Donald Trump" were also written on a rifle magazine. Police say Westman acted alone just before 8:30 a.m., shooting through the stained glass windows of Annunciation Catholic School toward the children sitting in the pews.
All we hear is pow, pow, pow. And my classmates, some of my classmates thought it was confetti because they saw the glass from the stained glass windows flying. I had 2 buddies, and I told the little one and the other one to just get under the pew if they can. And I said a few prayers, and after I knew that I would be okay, because I knew I had God with me, I just tried to comfort others around me.
Police say the suspect used a 2x4 to try to barricade the doors from the outside, trapping in students ranging in age from pre-K to the 8th grade.
I was 2 seats away from the stained glass windows, so they were the shots were right next to me. I think I got gunpowder on my neck.
10-year-old Weston says he hid in the pews and his friend dove on top of him during the gunfire, likely saving his life.
My friend got hit in the back.
Did he go to the hospital?
Yeah, he went to the hospital.
What went through your mind when you saw that?
I was super scared for him.
2 children, ages 8 and 10, were killed. 17 other people were shot, most of them children. Pat Scallon lives nearby and rushed to the scene.
And the one girl, it was really something. She said, "Just hold my hand, please." And I did. There was a girl that had a very obvious head injury. And then there was another girl that told me she was shot in the throat.
Yusuf Davis's nephew Andre was one of the children shot.
He was shot in the stomach. It entered accident. He had surgery. They opened him up. He's going to make it. He's a survivor.
Overnight, the police chief saying all of the injured children are expected to survive. At a vigil last night, the mayor thanking the school staff, saying without them, the death toll could have been higher.
The teachers and the faculty at Annunciation that threw their bodies on top of children. They did the right thing to protect what could have been so many more children dead.
The mayor also calling on people to, quote, stop villainizing the trans community after learning that the suspect, who was born male, identified as female with a name change 5 years ago from Robert to Robin. Now, police say the shooter died by suicide. The motive for the attack remains under investigation.
We turn now to the breaking news overnight from the CDC. More top officials resigning after the director was fired, apparently because of a dispute over vaccine policy. Here's ABC's Allison Cossack.
This morning, the Centers for Disease Control in chaos. The agency's director, Susan Menares, chosen by President Trump, has been fired only weeks into the job after reportedly disagreeing with Health Secretary Robert Kennedy about vaccine policy.
You know, the CDC has been our gold standard agency for many years, and now we're not sure we can trust it.
Menares' lawyers say she was told to quit or be fired. They say she refused to rubber stamp unscientific, reckless directives and fire dedicated health experts. At least 4 other top CDC officials have now resigned. One writing, "I am not able to serve in this role any longer because of the ongoing weaponizing of public health." Menares is known as a staunch supporter of vaccines. Her ouster comes as Kennedy, a vaccine skeptic, moves to reshape the government's approach to vaccines. Just yesterday, limiting who's now eligible for COVID-19 shots to only seniors and people with underlying medical conditions. Kennedy recently pulling funding for the mRNA vaccine platform, questioning the vaccine's effectiveness. Many in the medical community voicing concern.
He has not only undermined the things he says he wants to do, but he has dramatically reduced the research that's necessary to get there. He's dramatically cut the funding for some of the very programs that he says he wants to promote.
Overnight, a source telling ABC News Kennedy asked Menares to commit to changes in vaccine policy. Kennedy, the source says, was also critical of the CDC, claiming that there's widespread corruption within the agency. Because Menares was confirmed by the Senate, her firing must come from the president. Her lawyer says she will not accept the notification she received from a White House staffer, calling it legally deficient. In the meantime, Senator Bill Cassidy, a medical doctor, says a Senate committee will look into this staff shakeup. Ike, Sophie?
Allison, thank you. Russia has launched a massive missile and drone attack in Ukraine's capital city, Kyiv, killing at least 10 people, including children. Local officials report nearly 100 buildings have been damaged and dozens of people are injured. Now, residents took shelter underground in a metro station, and the attack comes as a Ukrainian delegation heads to the White House this week for more peace talks. Vladimir Putin has still not agreed to meet with President Zelensky.
Now to the Florida Everglades, where it appears Alligator Alcatraz, the now famous immigration detention center, is about to shut down just weeks after it opened. ABC's Nicole D'Antonio has the details. Nicole, good morning.
Well, Sophie, good morning to you. A state official says the detention facility will likely be empty in the coming days after a judge ruled that Alligator Alcatraz must shut down by this fall. Now, the facility has been the target of multiple lawsuits, including over its environmental impact, given its location in the middle of the Everglades. It opened just last month, costing an estimated $400 million in taxpayer money to build, even getting a visit from President Trump. Those being held there are now being transferred, and state officials requested more time from the judge, arguing that other detention centers are overcrowded, but the judge last night refused to delay her order. Now, the government is now waiting for an appeals court to weigh in. In the meantime, Alligator Alcatraz is being vacated. Ike.
Nicole, thank you. And if you're traveling today, expect some company. The FAA is predicting the busiest Labor Day travel weekend in 15 years. More than 320,000 flights are scheduled between today and Tuesday, with today being the busiest day. Now, travelers hoping to avoid problems like this, jet bridge collapsing during maintenance at Santa Barbara's airport, injuring 2 workers.
So how's the weather looking? Let's check your Thursday forecast.
Good morning. The weather map quieting down as we get closer to the holiday weekend. The monsoonal rains are diminishing in coverage, although we're seeing some heavy rain going in the central plains. Comfortable to the east, some showers, Great Lakes, and into western New York State. The real trouble spot for flooding would be from Wichita to Fayetteville. Could be several inches of rain, and that'll go toward the Gulf Coast on Friday. Otherwise, comfortable to start the holiday weekend. Absence of extreme heat, some showers in northern New England, maybe some showers on the Gulf Coast and into the plains. But temperatures overall below average. Still nice into Labor Day. That's your forecast. I'm ABC News meteorologist Lee Goldberg.
Back now with a fleet of 96 trucks testing out the world's tallest bridge set to open in China. It's more than 2,000 feet high, crossing a river. All those trucks helping to make sure the bridge can handle heavy traffic.
All right, Delta Airlines has agreed to pay more than $78 million to settle a class action lawsuit for dumping jet fuel over Southern California. Nearly 40,000 homes and other properties were affected in 2020 when a pilot released 15,000 pounds of fuel before returning to LAX airport with engine trouble. The plaintiffs say the pilot should have dumped the fuel over the ocean. Delta Airlines has denied any wrongdoing.
We turn now to a new scam using artificial intelligence to drain victims' bank accounts. In this case, it was a deep fake video claiming to be from a soap opera star.
Authorities are investigating a scam that used artificial intelligence to create a deep fake video of General Hospital star Steve Burton conning a Los Angeles woman out of her life savings.
Hello, Abigail. I love you so much, darling. I had to make this video to make you happy, my love.
Vivian Ruvalcaba says her mother, Abigail, who has bipolar disorder, believed she was in a relationship with the actor after receiving fake videos like this.
I hope this puts a smile on your heart.
That looked and sounded like the real Burton.
It's obvious. Something big is going on here.
Identical to him. So I understand why she fell for it.
Vivian says her mother also received text messages like, "I want to live the rest of my life with you." According to a police report, Abigail sent the scammer, posing as Burton, more than $81,000 in gift cards, cash, and Bitcoin after he told her he had lost property in the LA wildfires.
I'm sickened by it because it went this far. Now she's in complete debt. Now she's going to have to file for bankruptcy.
The real Steve Burton says, unfortunately, he's heard stories like this before.
It's so frustrating. It can make you so angry that someone's literally using your image and people are believing that it's you.
Experts say a video like this one only takes about 15 minutes to make, with software that only costs a few dollars.
Whatever you have online, people can take and use. Be aware that a lot of things are not going to be real for the next few years and that there aren't going to be these guardrails for a while.
Several states have passed laws making the use of deepfakes a criminal offense.
All right, there is still no Powerball jackpot winner. Last night's drawing was worth $861 million. Now, with no winner, that means Saturday's drawing will be worth at least $950 million.
That's a lot of money.
Yeah, time to get your tickets. A heated confrontation at the U.S. Open. American Taylor Townsend had just defeated Jelena Ostapenko of Latvia when Ostapenko accused her of not being respectful on the court. Now, Townsend then claiming Ostapenko told her she had, quote, no class and no education. Townsend later shrugged it off, saying people get upset when they lose.
A man accused of killing his wife and fleeing Southern California with their 3 sons has been arrested in Peru. Authorities say Josimer Cabrera surrendered to Peruvian police yesterday. Earlier this month, he was seen on surveillance dragging a large object from their apartment complex. His wife's body was found in a nearby forest a few days later. The children are safe.
We now turn to new details about who's behind a series of security scares on college campuses. This morning, as police in Minneapolis investigate the nation's most recent school shooting, college campuses across the country are grappling with active shooter hoaxes.
We were eating and me and him went to go throw out our garbage and we saw the active shooter alert, so everybody started running off.
In recent days, police flooding the University of South Carolina, the University of Tennessee, Chattanooga, and Villanova.
We didn't hear anything, didn't see anything. An officer came in with his pistol drawn, asked us if we heard any gunshots. We said no. He said, pack everything up that you have, get out of the building.
A swatting group called Purgatory is believed to be behind those hoax calls and nearly a dozen others, resulting in lockdowns and, in some cases, panic.
Purgatory is a group of young people that are located in various countries. They come together online and they operate as an organized cell, engaging in swatting for hire or swatting for their own purposes to include gaining notoriety. They want to gain notoriety so others will hire them for more swatting.
At least 10 hoax calls to universities were apparently made using Google Voice services. The calls even featured the sound of gunshots. The Purgatory Group is said to offer its followers a menu of services, charging as little as $20 for each hoax threat.
In some cases, those engaging in swatting are young. They are teenagers. I've seen cases where they've been in high school. They will sometimes get paid to swat, often not for a lot of money, but they really do it for the notoriety. They do it for the thrill.
Now, officials are reminding people that issuing any hoax threat is a federal crime. All right, time to check the polls, and we're going to begin with a bold move by the much younger girlfriend of former Patriots coach Bill Belichick.
24-year-old Jordan Hudson is apparently leaning in on criticism of their age gap. She's reportedly filed an application to trademark the term gold digger.
Yeah, and the couple has been dating for 2 years, and they plan to use the phrase on jewelry and keychains. Next, the excitement surrounding the engagement of Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce.
The mother of the groom giving her seal of approval, Donna Kelce, changed her Facebook cover photo to show pictures of Taylor and Travis when they were kids. Sources tell the New York Post their wedding is expected to be a casual ceremony with close family and friends. Next, an incredible catch during a fishing trip in Costa Rica.
Yeah, someone caught an orange shark. Now, the pictures were just released by scientists. They say the nurse shark's orange color and white eyes are caused by rare genetic mutations. The shark was eventually released. Now to the ballpark and a lucky bounce for the San Francisco Giants.
Facing the Cubs last night, Matt Chapman singled to the right, and the throwback hit him in the head, bouncing behind home plate, allowing another run to score. Chapman wasn't hurt thanks to his helmet, and the Giants won.
And finally, a real-life Caped Crusader to the rescue.
A man in Florida spotted a burglar going through his neighbor's garage in the middle of the night, and he jumped into action while wearing his Batman pajamas. He took down the suspect, holding him until police arrived.
How about that?
Checking more top stories, hundreds gathered at vigils in Minneapolis after 2 Catholic school children were killed when a gunman opened fire during morning mass. 17 others, most of them children, were injured. Police say the 23-year-old suspect, who died by suicide, once attended the school and left behind video and writings referring to previous mass shootings and anti-Semitic messages. The motive remains under investigation.
The White House has fired the director of the CDC amid reports that she clashed with RFK Jr. over vaccine policy. After 1 month on the job, her lawyer says she refused to rubber stamp, quote, unscientific orders.
Ford is recalling more than 355,000 trucks because of an instrument display failure on the dashboard. It involves certain models, including the F-150.
And the NFL has suspended Chiefs receiver Rashee Rice for 6 games for causing a high-speed crash in Dallas last year. He pleaded guilty last month.
Today's weather, showers around the Great Lakes. Rain in the Plains, Southwest, and Rockies, clear on both coasts.
And finally, the young figure skater with a huge following.
Danny New shows us why.
Okay, hold up. Is that a chicken jockey on ice skates?
Chicken jockey!
Yes, at a recent U.S. figure skating national showcase in Minnesota, 10-year-old Katarina Sumnig here stole the show in her clucktastic inflatable costume.
It looks really fun, and it is really fun, but it's also harder than it looks.
It looks hard.
Chicken jockey!
Katarina was inspired by the famous scene from this year's Minecraft movie, but since this competition in early August, her routine to Bonnie Tyler's Holding Out for a Hero has picked up nearly 20 million views on TikTok. One commenter writing, "How does it feel to be the coolest person on this app at such a young age?"
What you saw in the video of the chicken, that's what she's like.
Yeah, okay. Oh, man. Here she is, her first time on the ice at about 3 years old, already able to stand up. Fast forward to her first national showcase this past month, where, yes, she did compete in a more standard event called Preliminary Lyrical Pop. But there were also electives, and Katarina immediately elected to compete in the Open Inflatables contest. Oh yeah, there were others. And Katarina took first place in her group, her first national gold medal, and third overall. She says she does intend to come back next year. However, here is why Katarina says she cannot wear the same costume.
That would ruin the element of surprise.
Guys, Katarina gets up at 5:30 every morning to skate before school and skates every weekend too. Needless to say, the Olympics are on her mind, and they better add an inflatable contest soon.
All right, Danny, thank you. And that's your Good Morning America First Look.
Have a great day.